With the help of these color codes, we can understand the nature of elements present in the periodic table easily. We can see that major portion of the periodic table is occupied by metals. On the right extreme, we are having non-metals. Hydrogen present over here is also a non-metal. Over here, we can see a zigzag line that separates metals from non-metals. These pink colored elements are called as metalloids or semimetals. These elements exhibit the properties of both metals and non-metals. Metals are electropositive in nature, meaning they show a tendency to lose electrons. Metals usually form ionic compounds. Elements which show this property of losing electrons are said to have metallic character. Non-metals are electronegative in nature, meaning they will have a capacity to pull the shared pair of electron towards itself in a molecule. If not, when non-metal is combined with a metal, it will accept the electrons given by metals. Non-metal forms two types of bonding. One is covalent bonding, that is by sharing electrons. Another one is ionic bonding, that is with metals. So elements which show a tendency towards electron are said to have non-metallic character. Metalloids or semimetals are elements which are having the properties of both metals and non-metals. We can see the presence of these semimetals near the zigzag line which separates metal from non-metals in the periodic table. Metals are elements which have a tendency to lose electrons. After losing electrons, metals form positive ions. They can also be called as cations. Example, sodium loses one electron to become Na+. This can be seen like this. Sodium atomic number is 11, meaning there are 11 protons and 11 electrons in sodium. When sodium loses one electron, it will have 11 protons and 10 electrons in it. We know that protons contribute to the positive charge and electrons contribute to the negative charge. Since positive charge is in excess in comparison to the negative charge by number 1, we will write the resultant state as Na+. In the same manner, magnesium loses 2 electrons to become magnesium 2+. Aluminium loses 3 electrons to become aluminium 3+. Though hydrogen can lose an electron just like metals, it is considered as a non-metal because few other properties of metals are not shown by hydrogen. When hydrogen loses one electron to become H+, this is called as proton because in hydrogen atom we have one proton and one electron. When it loses that one electron, it is just left with one proton. That is the reason H+ can also be called as proton. Capacity of the metal to lose an electron is called its metallic character. If an element can lose electrons more easily, then it is said to have more metallic character. If it is difficult to lose the electron, then it is said to have lesser metallic character. Metallic character depends on atomic size and nuclear charge. Greater the atomic size, more will be the metallic character because greater the atomic size, farther will be the valence shell. So, lesser will be the nuclear pull on the valence shell. So, it will be easier to remove the electrons which are present in the valence shell. Greater the nuclear charge, lesser will be the metallic character because when we have greater nuclear charge, more will be the nuclear pull on the valence shell. This makes it difficult to remove the electrons from valence shell. Together, metallic character is directly proportional to atomic size and inversely proportional to nuclear charge. Let us analyze the metallic character trend in periodic table using these two information. Atomic size across the period decreases. Since atomic size is directly proportional to metallic character is also expected to decrease across the period because of atomic size. Nuclear charge across the period increases. Since nuclear charge is inversely proportional to metallic character is expected to decrease across the period because of nuclear charge. What happens to the metallic character across the period will be a net effect of these two, and that is metallic character across the period decreases. Let us analyze down the group now. Atomic size down the group increases. Since atomic size is directly proportional to metallic character down the group also increases because of atomic size. Nuclear charge down the group increases. Since nuclear charge is inversely proportional to metallic character decreases down the group because of nuclear charge. What happens to the metallic character down the group will be a resultant of these two, and that is metallic character down the group increases. This is because effect of increased atomic size is greater than the effect of increased nuclear charge. Nonmetals are elements which have a tendency to gain electrons. After gaining electrons, nonmetals form negative ions, which can also be called as anions. Example, chlorine atom receives one electron to form Cl1 minus, which can also be called as chloride ion. This can be seen like this in detail. We know that chlorine atom is having atomic number 17. What it means is chlorine has 17 protons in it and 17 electrons in it. When we add one electron to chlorine atom, in the resultant state, it will have 17 protons and 18 electrons. We know that protons contribute to the positive charge and electrons contribute to the negative charge. Since negative charge is in excess in comparison to the positive charge, by number 1, we write the resultant state as Cl1 minus or simply Cl minus. In the same manner, oxygen can receive 2 electrons to become O2 minus. This is called as oxide anion. Nitrogen can receive 3 electrons to become nitrogen 3 minus. This can also be called as nitride anion. Capacity of an element to gain electrons is called as non-metallic character. If an element can gain the electron easily, then it is said to have more non-metallic character. If it is difficult to receive the electron, then it is said to have lesser non-metallic character. I hope you have already observed that metallic character and non-metallic character, they go in opposite direction. Non-metallic character depends on atomic size and nuclear charge. Smaller the atomic size, more will be the non-metallic character, because smaller the size, greater will be the nuclear pull for the added electron. In other words, valence shell will be closer to the nucleus if the size is smaller. So, when we add one more electron, that will be more closer to the nucleus and it will experience greater pull. In other words, it is easy to gain electron. Greater the nuclear charge, more will be the non-metallic character, because greater the nuclear charge, more will be the nuclear pull on the added electron. So, it is easy to gain electrons. Together, non-metallic character is inversely proportional to atomic size and directly proportional to nuclear charge. Non-metallic character trend in the periodic table using these two information. Atomic size across the period decreases. Since atomic size is inversely proportional to non-metallic character is expected to increase across the period because of atomic size. Nuclear charge across the period increases. Since nuclear charge is directly proportional to non-metallic character, we expect the non-metallic character also to increase across the period because of nuclear charge. What happens to the non-metallic character across the period is the resultant of these two, and that is increasing. Atomic size down the group increases. Since atomic size is inversely proportional to non-metallic character, we expect the non-metallic character to decrease down the group because of atomic size. Nuclear charge down the group increases. Since nuclear charge is directly proportional to non-metallic character, we expect the non-metallic character also to increase down the group because of nuclear charge. What happens to the non-metallic character down the group is the net effect of these two, and that is observed to be decreasing because effect of increased atomic size is greater than the effect of increased nuclear charge when we move down the group. This is the summary of first three periodic properties which we have discussed. Atomic radius down the group increases and atomic radius across the period decreases. Non-metallic character across the period increases and down the group decreases. Metallic character across the period decreases and down the group increases. Most metallic element of the periodic table is cesium that sits in the sixth period over here. Down to cesium we are having francium, but that is radioactive in nature. Most non-metallic element in the periodic table is fluorine that belongs to halogen family.